What we came here to do was, sort of reflect on 2020, talk about our favorite games, movies, shows, songs, whatever, of the year, and talk about what we're looking forward to for a hopefully better 2021. So I'll go first with my favorite games. I'll go. I want to say top three, but I have like my top 10 list of the best games of the year in the works. I don't want to spoil the list, but I'll tell you my top three in like out of
the top three.
I'll tell you my top three out of order. All right.
Fair
So
enough.
my out of order top three are Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of
Okay.
Tsushima, and Hades.
You're gonna say Hades.
Yeah.
I've yet to
you
play
called it.
Hades, but I'm actually really interested to play it.
Yeah,
Looks
Hades
really
is
nice.
very good. It's kind of like, I mean, it's on the Epic Game Store, but if you want to play it on a console, it's in that sense, it's kind of a Switch exclusive, and I kind of like that. I was sort of like only on the Switch. So
Oh yeah, I was planning on getting it for the Switch if I were to play it.
yeah, and it's interesting. It's a roguelike game, which means like the levels are randomly generated, but the story is still told in a linear way, and you can like completely drop out of a
Oh,
dungeon.
okay.
And you could completely drop out of a dungeon to continue the story. So like that's like the way they did that's very interesting. So yeah, and Final Fantasy VII Remake and Ghost of Tsushima, you've probably heard me boast about those two games a lot before. So save you guys some time. Gus, what are your top three?
Top three. All right. They're not necessarily 2020 exclusives, but I'd say not in numerical order. It's not like I have a specific order. I gotta go with Overwatch. I mean, I missed out on this game for the past however many years it's been out, and I really regret it. It's such a fun game. I never thought. It's just it's so fun. I don't understand why it's so fun. Like it's like Fortnite was dying out for me, and I was trying to look for another game that was like semi-popular but like semi-dead at the same time, and Overwatch was like perfect. So
Semi-dead.
yeah, I mean it's not. They're still updating this game out the ass. I mean even Fortnite too, but I don't really play that anymore to be honest.
Yeah.
And then Black Ops Cold War. The story was wow. The story was great, and the twist in both. There's two endings. Both endings were very crazy. I'd definitely recommend the story, even if you're not really into the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
And then for a third, I don't know. I haven't played it, but I definitely seen all the walkthroughs. I'd have to say maybe Final Fantasy Remake as well, because it was really cool.
Would you,
seeing all the graphics.
Would you say Cyberpunk?
Hmm?
Would you say Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk for the hype, I think.
Yeah, so
Not, the
Cyberpunk's
gameplay was
Cyberpunk's gonna be on my list of the best games of the year,
yeah.
but
I think next year I think it's gonna improve next year, and I think it'll be one of my
Yeah.
favorites next year, especially if they do wind up adding multiplayer. But I think it's gonna probably take even longer if this was already buggy on launch. So we'll see.
yeah, I think it was in retrospect it's kind of foolish to think it wouldn't launch completely clean. The Witcher, which was also
Well,
CD
yeah.
Projekt Red, that launched buggy, not to this degree, but it was still kind of to a lesser extent a buggy mess when that launched. But like that game was still really good. So yeah. Slash, your top three?
Um, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
You
I
can,
don't really play.
you can just
I
give
don't really play
like
games.
you can just give like two or even one if you can only think of one.
I mean, do they have to have come out this year or?
I
Well,
mean,
no, I said Overwatch.
yeah, preferably games that came out this year, but also there's also like one game that I'm surprised Gus hasn't said. I'll see if you
Among
if
Us?
yeah, Among Us.
It really wasn't for me. I mean, I really like the concept, and I like watching other people play it. It's like watching other people play World of Warcraft, because I'll
Yeah.
never play it, but I think it's really fun watching it.
But let's let Slash speak though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, guys, I have so much to say. Piano Tiles 3D. Am I right, guys?
Piano Pile was fire.
There are two games that me and you have played together, Slash. that I'm surprised you're not mentioning, but
I'm not gonna say Fall Guys. That game is in the top 3 for me.
Okay.
What have I played that's fun? Um, what came out this year? I have the new Spider-Man game, so that was pretty
Oh,
cool.
you got Miles
Oh,
Morales?
No, I just have it.
oh, you just
Yeah,
haven't played it.
yeah, I just have it.
It's on PS4 as well,
No,
right?
I do
Yeah, it
have it. I
is.
was just messing around. I do have the game. It's pretty fun.
It's really good, yeah. It's a lot better
I
than I
have
thought it was gonna be as well. Sorry, continue.
after the Avengers game.
Yeah, how is that game?
I
I've never spoken to anyone that actually played the game, so how is that game?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's like that. Okay. Um, anything else?
I don't know. I didn't really play any games that were like new this year. That sounds like weird
I
to
know.
say.
I mean, I
Besides
guess
Among Us.
Among Us,
Okay.
like, Among Us technically didn't exist before this year, but like, honestly,
That
like,
game.
sorry, what?
That game was fun. I guess.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
I'm kind of thinking maybe making some Among Us content on my channel. That's something I'm kind of thinking about.
That's cool.
Because I've kind
The
of
thing
fell
for
down
me,
a
though,
I've kind of fell down a rabbit hole of Among Us content, to be honest.
There's
So
definitely it's gonna be a lot easier for us too, I think, because it's coming to Xbox and PlayStation. It's already on Switch, I think.
yeah, wait, it's coming
So-
to Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, and I think February. I
I
think I
didn't
saw
hear
a
about
tweet
that.
like that.
I'm not surprised, considering it's now on Switch.
Yeah, I still gotta get that on the Switch. But I'll have it on like everything once I get it on the Switch.
oh no, he's gonna go overboard.
Yeah, I'll make a room. I'll play Among Us with myself on my phone, my PC, my Switch, and my PS4. There.
I wonder who the imposter is.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No, then I should just have like one other person play with me.
It's on your
Get voted
phone.
out instantly. So yeah, just to summarize, I guess, Miles Morales, probably. What did I play? I played the second. I freaking forgot the title because I'm extremely tired. But the game with Dante in it, I played the second one on my PS2.
Devil May Cry?
earlier this year.
Devil May.
Yeah, it's
Oh
it's
damn.
awesome.
Yeah, that game's
And I
good.
also,
Sorry.
I don't know. I guess Minecraft. I don't know.
Didn't you say? I remember. I don't know if it was you, but didn't you once say like you got the new Star Wars Squadrons game?
Oh, I did get that. I wouldn't say it's one of my
Yeah.
favorite games this year, though. I haven't played it that much.
All right. So we're moving on to Squid Wario now. What are your top 3?
I'd say my top 3 would be the Super Mario 3D All-Star, definitely Among Us, and I'd say Crash Bandicoot, It's About Time.
You played that?
It just seems like a really good game. Like I think like the way the game is played, just honestly just the way the game's style is just impresses me.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that game. I was. That game was a lot of fun. If you ever play it, it's like don't underestimate it because like that game you might not expect it, but that game is actually pretty hard. That game will kick your ass, and yeah, but it's like a rewarding. Like when I finished the game, I felt rewarded, you know. So
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. You know, a lot of us said Among Us. Technically, that didn't come out this year. It technically did,
Yeah.
but like, I'm not gonna have it on my list because it would be taking up a spot that is. It would be taking up the spot of a game that by default is more deserving just because it came out this year. But
Yeah, true.
like Among Us would make the list if it did come out this year. It might have even cracked the top 5 if it came out this year. But yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah. Guess we'll move on to movies. Movies, that's another thing that I'm working on my end of year movie ranking. So I got my top 3. I'm gonna share them out of order though. So my top 3 movies out of order are are Pixar's Soul, which I just saw. That
Oh,
movie
yeah, I
was
forgot.
that movie was absolutely great. Trial of the Chicago 7, which is on Netflix. And that movie's fantastic. And The Old Guard, which is also on Netflix, and is like sort of Netflix's new action blockbustery film. Really unique concept in there of immortality. Yeah, great. That's not the order I have it in. Although my list isn't complete yet, so that could end up being the final order actually. But yeah, we'll go to Gus. What are your top 3 movies of the year? I know barely any movies came out this year. In fact,
Yeah.
all three of those movies dropped on streaming services. So, yeah. What are your top 3
Yeah.
movies?
The only one I can think about right now, I think I've talked about before, and I watched recently, was The King of Staten Island. I really liked that movie, and it was a really good comedy in it too. It wasn't cheesy. It didn't seem like stupid comedy.
Yeah.
There was good jokes.
When I initially watched that movie and reviewed it, that was like this. That movie came out the same day as like 2 other films, and I reviewed all 3 of those movies in one video. And at the time, I guess it was because I was tired, just because I was watching 3 movies in one day. But I was like a lot harsher on that film. But as time went on, out of the 3 movies, that's the one I kept like thinking about the most. So I watched it again, and it's actually really good.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Got anything else?
That being said, I really can't think of any other movies this year that came out that were good,
Yeah.
or not good, not necessarily that were good, but that I've seen, I should say.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, so that's the only one I can really think of
All right.
for
Yeah.
now.
Understandable though, because it was 2020.
Yeah, I would say Black Widow, but we gotta wait for that now.
Slash.
Me.
Yeah. Your top 3.
The top 3. Our top 3 movies. Okay. Definitely, the last Airbender movie. That was a classic.
No. Dude, like. No. Like I'm not like a longtime fan of Avatar. I just got into it recently, but say that to anyone who grew up with this show and has like a huge attachment to the show, and say that you like that movie, they will fucking punch you.
They will murder.
You'll literally die.
Yeah. But actually, like anything you can think of from this year.
Yeah, all of the classics. Scoob, Trolls World Tour. And probably, I don't know, Sonic the Hedgehog.
No,
Yeah, that's my top
Sonic
3.
the Hedgehog was actually like that's another movie that over time like I thought about and I was like that movie was actually really good. At least
And it's getting a sequel, I think, too.
yeah, it is. At least if you compare it to like everything else that came out this year, as there's nothing. But Sonic the Hedgehog, I thought was really good.
And not only was it pretty good, but it was good for a video game movie too.
Yeah, I
we
think
never get good video games.
it might be the best one. I don't know if
We'll see.
that one or Detective Pikachu is my favorite.
I have yet to see Detective Pikachu.
That movie's pretty good,
but
but like, I guess I think Sonic might be better because I'm still like thinking about that movie. Detective Pikachu is sort of like, oh yeah, that movie was good. So
Yeah. Wasn't Detective Pikachu actually from 2019 though?
yeah, that was from last year.
yeah, he was saying Sonic or Detective Pikachu could be the best video game movie
Yeah,
of all time
Oh yeah.
compared to the other ones.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And
What about the Clue movie?
the what?
Clue as a video game adaptation, right?
No, I didn't
The
hear
B
you.
movie.
Clue movie.
Oh, the Clue movie. I always thought Jimmy Fallon was in that movie. It's some other guy who was in it, though.
All right, Squid Wario, your top 3 favorite movies.
I'd say my top 3 movies, definitely the Sonic movie. And I'd say Scoob was actually awesome.
Yeah,
And very recently, Wonder Woman 84.
yeah, I just saw that yesterday and I reviewed that. I thought it was kind of a step down from the first one, but I still thought it was pretty good.
I heard some pretty harsh reviews, but I heard people really liking the first half of the movie.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like you know how you have to suspend your disbelief in a film. The
Yeah.
movie asks
Oh.
you a bit too much asks for that a little too much, if you know what I mean. Like it has a lot of stupid shit, but then again, it is a superhero movie. I didn't think the movie was bad, but yeah, that movie was really good. I respect opinions, so yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just saw Wonder Woman. Got a review up, in case you, but
My app is running low on my PC. Wow.
yeah,
Batteries, shit. When are they gonna come out with the PC?
I guess now we can I guess we'll talk about shows. Just get all this done, you know. Just go down the list of stuff. My favorite shows, I guess, seasons that came out this year. I mean, I'm not a big TV watcher, at least in comparison to movies, and then in comparison to video games. But I guess I'll have to say, I really liked the Clone Wars season 2. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Season 2. Season 7, the final season.
The
The last 4 episodes alone, I think that's number 1 for me. I'm not ranking.
Really?
I'm not counting down my favorite shows this year, so I can just tell you. Number 1 is Clone Wars. Number 2, I think, is The Mandalorian season 2. Just so happens to be 2 Star Wars shows in a row. And then number 3, I think, might be Doom Patrol season 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And then a runner-up is Rick and Morty. But
Rick and Morty.
yeah.
Rick and Morty, big IQ.
But Doom Patrol's underrated, bro. Like, obviously, if you put it on the DC streaming service and on HBO Max at a time when no one had that service, no one's gonna watch it. But that's a show I think anyone should watch. But yeah. Gus. Top 3
I'm up.
shows. Yeah.
Top 3. Okay, I'll say in no specific order. I'll
Right.
give even though it wasn't my favorite season, I'd say Big Mouth season 4 was pretty funny. It was good.
Big Mouth.
Probably one of the raunchiest seasons out of the 4. So it had good humor. Hold on, let me look on Netflix what I've watched this year. If I would have watched season 2 of The Mandalorian, I definitely would have put it up there because I've seen some of what happens in it, and it definitely looks good.
Yeah.
I guess shows that haven't came out in 2020.
Say that again?
I guess shows that came out years prior because I really haven't watched too many 2020 shows. During quarantine, I watched Trailer Park Boys so much. I think I watched like 7 seasons, and that was a really good comedy show too. And yeah, I'll give it to Rick and Morty. I still haven't seen the last episode of the new
You
season.
haven't?
No, I haven't.
Dude, that
But,
might be like the
It might be the best episodes.
of the season. I don't
Really?
know if that's the best one, but it's definitely like top 5.
Because it's not on demand, so I have to find like something that.
There's the you can use the Adult Swim app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That app is kind of shit, but like when you get to watch Rick and Morty, you get to watch it. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, but I'd say those are like 3 pretty good ones that I've watched this year.
yeah. Slash.
Zombie. Oh my god. That was okay. All right. So earlier, like this year, about like in April, I think. April was when like quarantine first happened. I watched the entirety of the Office, and
Very nice.
that's pretty good. I also watched. I actually asked some people for recommendations, and I watched some of Trailer Park Boys, and
Yes.
I got. Thank you, Gus. By the way, thank you, Pog. You're a simp, DPS.
What?
You're a simp. You're getting You're getting taken down from Twitch. I'm sorry, I didn't
You know
mean to say that.
you know we're not like
Yeah.
live. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
All right. Continue.
I haven't watched the Rick and Morty season yet. I'm going to though.
All
I
right.
got HBO Max recently, so
Oh,
I'm
cool.
going to watch it.
I don't know if the final season is on HBO Max. I could be wrong though. I'm just not sure.
I'll check later. And I also watched. Oh shoot, what did I watch? It was good. Yeah, that's about it. I think.
Yeah. Now, before we get to Squid Warrior, you guys were listing stuff that like also didn't come out this year, because I get that. If I were to list my 3 things that didn't come out this year, I guess from worst to best is Legend of Korra, just because by default that's like one of the few things. Actually, no. I think no. Phineas and Ferb I watched a lot of this year, for some reason.
Horrible.
I think that one's number 3, and then number 1 and 2 are actually tied between Breaking Bad and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Ooh.
So yeah. All right, so Wario.
I will say, Aang and Walter.
So
White
I'd say
were
for
cool.
this year, the show. Yeah, my top 3 shows of this year. I would say the final season of Fuller House. Then I'd say Impractical Joker's Dinner Party,
Dana.
and then
I caught an episode of that. It looks pretty good, actually. It looks funny.
yeah.
I've
Then
been wanting
the other
to.
show that has the Impractical Jokers, The Misery Index.
Oh, I've heard of that one too.
All right. I've heard of that. I've never seen any of the 3 things you listed, so interesting. I noticed one thing that 2 things we all forgot to mention. Caillou and DPX Season 2 and the Alternate Adventures of the Alternate Andersons.
Okay.
I think you wanted to talk about like what we're looking forward to next year.
Oh yeah, I guess. I kind of forgot we were gonna do that, but I guess
The Kahoot patch notes look pretty good.
I'm looking for next year. I guess I'm looking forward to God of War Ragnarok. Although I'm a bit skeptical if that's actually gonna come out next year, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Cause it's supposed to come out in 2021, but all we got was just a title reveal. A title reveal. That's it. That's it. That's all we have. So stuff that I'm more confident that are gonna come out in 2021. Deathloop, the new Arcane Studios game from Bethesda.
Oh yeah, that looks
really
pretty cool.
Looks really fun. That has like an actual release date and everything, and gameplay. So I'm that's gonna come out next year. New Horizon game, Forbidden West. I'm sure that's gonna be great. Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil, Back 4 Blood, the new Left 4 Dead successor was shown.
Oh my
I
gosh,
know
you stole my
that looks so
idea.
much fun. That looks so much fun.
Yeah.
So that's just a few things, but like it's sort of like these things are sort of just like it's the stuff that have the potential to be like really hyped up, like God of War, Breath of the Wild, Elden Ring. They all have like nothing shown for them, so like yeah.
You guys want to see my Halloween costume for next year?
After we're done talking about this, as for movies I'm excited for next year, I gotta say, maybe honestly Suicide Squad. There's Black Widow, and let's see, what else was delayed to... I guess those are my 2 most anticipated movies for next year. Oh yeah, Space Jam's supposed to be getting a sequel next year.
Right.
So I that's the most epic movie of all time. Do not at me.
I will definitely at you.
So yeah. Oh yeah, and WandaVision, in terms of shows, WandaVision starts next month actually. So I'm excited for that. So yeah. Gus, any movies, games, shows, whatever's you're looking forward to for next year?
Muted.
All right, we'll get back to him then. Squid Wario.
So I'd say for video
I was
games
muted.
next
I'm
year,
sorry.
I am
we'll
looking
go
forward
back
to.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
So for video games next year for 2021, I'm looking forward to Bowser's Fury.
I knew you were gonna say
Definitely.
that. Yeah.
I mean, we still have yet to know what the game's going to be about, besides like the remake to 3D World. But then also speaking of that, Then also Super Nintendo World. Like, I think that's cool and exciting.
Yeah, it's not really a game though, but I feel you. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's close to a game. But let's see, movies. So for movies next year, I'm definitely looking forward to Space Jam 2. And also for another movie, I think the Minions movie I'm looking forward to as well.
Minion School.
Minions. I might watch. Me and you might watch that for the memes, you know. But like,
Me and like when you say me and you mean together at the theater?
I mean, if that goes into the theaters, something tells me like that's not gonna even like make it to the theaters. That's gonna be dropped on like VOD for $30.
Are you stupid?
No,
Do you know how much money despicable movies make? There's no way they're dropping that on home media.
I know, but like also they did that with Wonder Woman, Soul, and Mulan, which usually under normal circumstances those would have made like a huge amount of money. So,
but Minions.
Yeah,
then again, I guess if there's any studio that like wouldn't drop a movie like that on VOD, it's Illumination. Yeah, but.
I mean, if it does, like, I'd say it'd probably be on, like, Peacock.
Yeah, it would probably
like,
end up on Peacock.
Yeah, because, like, it is also owned by Universal, so...
Yeah.
Oh, Murray.
Slash? Any, games, movies, shows you're looking forward to for next year?
Minecraft. Ooh. Update.
All right, Gus. Any games, movies, shows? You're muted again. We just got back to you.
No, I am not muted. What
Oh,
are you
you're back.
talking about?
Any games, movies, shows you're looking forward to for the next year?
Yeah. When you mentioned, definitely looking forward to Back 4 Blood. Like Left 4 Dead was my favorite game. That was like my childhood game. So I'm glad it's finally coming. Well, slightly making a return, I guess.
Yeah. It's got the same. It's got the same developers and everything. Valve's not.
Yeah.
It, but it's got like Turtleback Studios.
Turtle, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know there's supposed to be an announcement this year. I don't know about a release this year, but Overwatch 2 is getting announced. More announcements, I should say, in February for Blizzard Con. I think that's what it's called. And then movies. Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, that's right. The Mortal Kombat movie comes out 2021. They haven't shown a single trailer for that at all.
Yeah, and that's what's making a lot of the MK fans kind of nervous because there's been no like.
I've heard reports they don't want to show any trailers or anything until they are certain it's gonna come out in the theaters or until they're certain when it's gonna come out. I'm just saying, like, we've seen nothing for that movie. I completely forgot about that. Sorry, continue. Also, that picture that you sent in the group chat is absolutely cursed. / fuck you. Continue. Gus?
I'd say Suicide Squad's another one I'm looking forward to as well. You know, we need a well-deserved, I guess, quote-unquote remake of it in a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And video games. Oh, I already talked about video games. TV shows, I don't really know too much. I guess American Horror Stories, it's going to be like vignettes and stuff, so that's cool. Season 10, they're doing something different. And I guess that's really all I can think about right now. But I'm really excited for Back 4 Blood.
Yeah. I just remembered another TV show that's supposed to come out next year. The Witcher Season 2, I think.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. I really like the first season, so I'm excited to see the second season. Also, Squidward, are you okay there? I heard you laughing, I heard you dying a bit there.
Yeah, it's just the picture. I don't know why, but I just find the picture that...
Hey everyone, what you just saw was a Chill with the Meecast clip. If you want to see more clips, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more that came from, and the episodes in their entirety, be sure to go to the Meecast YouTube channel, where you can find the episodes in their entirety every 2 weeks. If you want to catch them live, be sure to go to twitch.tv/DPX_solo, and you'll be able to watch them live. All links in the description. See ya.